close your eyes. Let everything around you grow still and quiet. Take a deep breath in through your nose, slowly, drawing the air all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. Hold it there for a moment, and now release it through your mouth, gently, like a long, soft sigh that carries the last of your tension with it. Feel your body begin to settle. Take another breath, just as slow, just as easy. Let the air fill you completely, and then let it go. With each breath, you feel a little heavier, a little more at rest. Now bring your attention to the top of your head. Let the muscles there soften and smooth. Let your forehead relax. Let the small muscles around your eyes go slack, and your cheeks and your jaw. Your jaw can hang slightly open. That is fine. Feel your neck releasing its hold and your shoulders dropping gently away from your ears. Let the warmth of relaxation move down through your arms, through your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. Feel your chest soften with each breath. Your stomach rises and falls in an easy, steady rhythm. Let your hips relax. Let your thighs grow heavy against whatever holds them. Feel your knees, your calves, your ankles loosening, and finally, your feet. The soles of your feet are warm and still. Your whole body is supported. You do not need to hold anything up. You do not need to do anything at all. You are simply here, breathing, resting, and listening. It is evening. The sky above the rooftops is a deep, heavy grey, the kind of grey that comes when the clouds have thickened and lowered and settled in for a long, patient stay. Rain falls steadily, not hard, not light, but in that even, unhurried way that says it has been falling for hours and will go on falling for hours more. The rain catches the light from the street lamps and turns it into something visible. Thin golden lines streaking downward through the amber glow, dissolving when they reach the wet pavement below. The pavement shines. The cobblestones are dark and slick, and every lamp, every lit window, every warm interior is reflected on their surface in long, wavering shapes of gold. You are walking along a narrow street. The buildings on either side are old, their facades made of brick and stone that have darkened with age and weather. The street is quiet. There are no other people out in the rain at this hour. Your footsteps are soft on the wet cobblestones, and the only other sound is the rain falling on the rooftops and the awnings and the pavement and the parked cars. A steady, continuous sound that wraps around everything and makes the world feel smaller and closer and more contained. You notice a shop front that you have not seen before, or perhaps you have walked past it many times without looking. It is set back slightly from the street beneath a narrow awning, and there is a single step down to the door. The window is large and made of old, slightly thick glass, the kind that has a faint greenish tint and tiny imperfections in it, small bubbles and waves that make the light passing through it shift and bend in subtle ways. Through the glass, you can see the warm interior of a bookshop. Shelves line the walls, rising from floor to ceiling, and they are filled with books. The light inside is amber and soft, and it makes the spines of the books glow in muted shades of brown and red and green and gold. The door is slightly ajar. You push it open and step inside. A small bell above the doorframe rings once, a quiet, clear sound that fades almost immediately into the stillness of the room. You close the door behind you, and the sound of the rain becomes muffled at once, transformed from something immediate and surrounding into something distant and gentle, a soft, continuous tapping on the shop windows, steady and rhythmic and deeply soothing. The shop is warm. After the cool, damp air of the street, the warmth is like being wrapped in something soft. It is not a sharp heat. It is a gentle, even warmth that seems to come from everywhere at once, from the old radiator against the far wall, which ticks very faintly as the heat moves through its iron ribs, from the lamps that glow on the walls and on the tables, from the books themselves, as though all those thousands of pages have been quietly holding the warmth of the room, and now they are giving it back. You feel the warmth settle on your damp coat, on your hands, on your cheeks, and you feel the cool of the outside world begin to leave you, slowly, like colour fading from a cloth left in the sun. The owner has gone for the evening. You can tell by the quiet. There is a handwritten sign on the counter near the door, written in a careful, unhurried hand on a small piece of cream-coloured card. You do not need to read it. The shop is yours. You are alone here in this warm, quiet space filled with books and lamplight. And there is no reason to hurry, no obligation to buy, nothing you need to do except be here. You stand near the door for a moment and let the smell of the place reach you. It is a smell that is impossible to mistake for anything else. It is the smell of old books, paper that has aged slowly over decades, the fibers softening and releasing a scent that is part vanilla, part almond, part something earthier and deeper that has no name. Beneath the paper, there is leather, the old leather of bindings that have been handled and shelved and handled again, worn smooth at the edges, carrying the faint, rich scent of animal hide and the oils used to preserve it. And beneath the leather, there is dust. Not dirty dust, not neglected dust, but the fine, invisible dust of a place where things have been sitting undisturbed for a long time, accumulating the quiet residue of years. Together, these smells make something whole and complete. The smell of a bookshop, the smell of time made physical and placed on shelves. You begin to walk. The floor is made of old wooden planks, wide and dark, and they creak softly beneath your feet as you move. Each creak is a different note, a different pitch depending on where you step, and together they make a kind of slow, quiet music. The floor has been creaking like this for as long as the shop has been here, under the feet of every person who has ever walked across it, and the sound is as much a part of the place as the books, or the shelves, or the walls. The shelves rise up on either side of you, tall and deep, made of dark wood that has been polished by years of handling and proximity to the oil lamps that must have lit this place before electricity. The wood has a depth to it, a richness, the way very old wood does, as though it has absorbed the color of the room over many decades and now radiates it back. The shelves are full. Every space is occupied. Books stand upright, pressed together, their spines facing outward in rows of faded color. Some are tall and thin, some are short and thick. Some lean slightly against their neighbors, as though tired after years of standing. You move slowly along the first row of shelves. You are not looking for anything in particular. You are simply looking. Your eyes travel across the spines, reading the titles without fully registering them. noticing instead the textures and colors of the bindings. Some are cloth, soft and faded, the weave of the fabric visible at the lamplight. Some are leather, dark brown or deep green, or a red that has mellowed over time to the color of dried roses. Some have gold lettering on their spines, the letters pressed into the leather or the cloth, and the gold has worn thin in places so that the titles are barely legible, ghostly impressions of words that were once bright and sharp. The shelves themselves are deep, and some books have been pushed back slightly, creating small shadows behind them. In one place, a book lies on its side on top of the others, as though it was taken down and put back carelessly or lovingly or in haste. In another place, a small gap separates two sections of books, and in the gap, leaning against the back of the shelf, there is a faded postcard. You do not pick it up. You do not need to see what it says. Its presence is enough, a small trace of someone else's life left here among the shelves, as quiet and unassuming as the books themselves. You reach out and run your fingertips along a row of spines. The sensation is gentle and varied. Smooth leather gives way to the slight roughness of old cloth, which gives way to the cool, slick surface of a dust jacket that has survived intact. Each book feels different beneath your fingers, and each one is cool to the touch, carrying the temperature of the room, which is warm but not hot, the kind of warmth that makes you want to sit down and stay. You pull one book from the shelf. It comes free with a soft sound, the faint whisper of its cover sliding against its neighbors. It is a medium-sized book, bound in dark green cloth, and its weight in your hand is satisfying and solid. The cover is plain except for the title, stamped in gold on the front, and the gold has faded to a soft, warm bronze. You open it. The spine gives a gentle creak, the sound of old glue and old paper bending for the first time in a long while. The pages are cream-colored, slightly yellowed at the edges, and the paper is thick and soft beneath your fingers. The print is clear and dark, set in a typeface that has a kind of elegance to it, the letters slightly more ornate than what you are used to, as though the person who set the type cared about beauty as much as legibility. You read a few lines. The words are calm and measured. You do not take in their meaning, not fully. You are more aware of the physical act of reading, the way your eyes move across the page, the feel of the paper beneath your thumb, the faint, sweet smell that rises from between the pages. The book smells the way all old books smell, of paper aging gracefully, of ink that has dried and settled, of the quiet interior of a shelf where the light does not reach. You turn a page. The paper makes a soft, dry sound as it moves, a whisper, and the new page is the same as the last, cream-colored and slightly yellowed and covered in that same elegant, unhurried type. You read a few more lines, and the words drift through your mind like clouds, shapeless and gentle, leaving behind not meaning, but only the calm, quiet feeling of having read. You close the book gently and slide it back into its place on the shelf. It fits exactly, as though the space was holding itself open for its return. The books on either side of it press against it softly, welcoming it back. You continue walking. The shop is deeper than it appeared from outside. It extends back from the street in a long, narrow room, and the further you go, the quieter it becomes. The sound of the rain on the windows shadows fades to a soft murmur, still present, still comforting, but more distant now, like a sound remembered rather than heard. The floor continues to creak beneath your feet, softly, a board here, a board there, each one familiar and warm. There are small details everywhere that you notice as you walk. A reading stand near one shelf, made of dark iron, holding a large open atlas whose pages are yellowed and covered in fine hand-drawn lines. A wooden stepladder leaning against a tall shelf, its rungs worn smooth and slightly concave from years of feet climbing up and down. A small stack of books on the floor beside a shelf, as though someone had been sorting them and then stopped and walked away, leaving the task for another day. A pair of reading glasses resting on a low table, their brass frames catching the lamplight. Each detail speaks of a place that is lived in, worked in, loved. Nothing here is arranged for display. Everything is arranged for use, for comfort, for the slow, quiet business of reading and thinking and being among books. The light changes as you move deeper into the shop. Near the front, the lamps are brighter, their glow mixing with whatever grey daylight comes through the rain-streaked window. But here, in the back, the light is softer, warmer, more enclosed. It comes from fewer sources and falls in smaller circles, leaving gentle shadows between the shelves and in the corners of the ceiling. The shadows are not dark. They are a soft, warm grey, the colour of dusk, the colour of a room that is lit just enough and no more. Near the back of the shop, there is a clock on the wall. It is a round clock with a white face and black hands, set in a wooden case that matches the shelves. The clock ticks. It is a steady, even sound, the kind of ticking that you stop hearing after a while because it becomes part of the silence rather than an interruption of it. Tick, pause, tick, pause. It is the sound of time passing slowly, without urgency, without destination. The way time passes in a place like this, where nothing needs to happen quickly and nothing ever does. Past the clock, in the very back corner of the shop, there is an armchair. It is an old leather armchair, the kind that has been sat in so many times that the leather has softened and shaped itself into a form that seems to hold anyone who sits in it. The leather is a dark, warm brown, cracked in places with fine lines that catch the lamplight, and the seat is deep and wide. A small wool blanket is draped over one arm. Folded loosely, its colours faded to soft shades of cream and pale blue. Beside the armchair, there is a small table, round, made of the same dark wood as the shelves. On the table, there is a lamp and a teapot. The lamp is already on. It casts a circle of warm amber light that covers the armchair and the table, and the small area of floor around them, leaving the rest of the shop in a soft, comfortable dimness. The light is the colour of honey, of late afternoon sun, of something that has been warmed from within. It falls on the leather of the armchair and makes it glow, and it falls on the books on the nearest shelf and illuminates their spines in soft, rich colour. The teapot is ceramic, round and simple, a pale cream colour with a brown rim. It is warm. You can see the faintest wisp of steam curling from the spout, thin and slow, disappearing into the amber light above. Someone has left it here, prepared as though they knew you were coming. Beside the teapot, there is a single cup and saucer, also cream, also simple, and a small jar of honey with a wooden dipper resting inside it. You pour the tea. The liquid flows from the spout in a smooth, steady stream, dark and rich, the color of chestnuts, and the steam rises from the cup in a slow, curling cloud. The smell reaches you at once, warm and earthy and deep, with a faint note of something that might be bergamot, or might be something older and less familiar, something that belongs to this shop and this evening and no other. You add a small amount of honey. It slides from the wooden dipper in a slow golden thread, sinking into the dark tea and dissolving. You stir once with a small spoon. The spoon clinks softly against the side of the cup, a tiny, quiet sound that is somehow deeply satisfying. You carry the cup to the armchair and sit down. The leather gives beneath you with a soft, deep sigh, and you sink into it. The seat is wide and deep, and the leather is warm from the lamp and soft from years of use. It holds you the way something holds you when it has been waiting to do so. You lean back. The leather creaks very softly, very faintly, adjusting to your shape. The back of the chair is high enough to support your head, and you let it rest there, feeling the cool leather against the back of your neck for a moment before it warms. You reach for the wool blanket and unfold it across your lap and your legs. The wool is thick and soft, with a gentle roughness to the weave, and its weight settles over you with a comforting heaviness. You can feel the individual threads of the knit if you press your thumb into the fabric, the gentle ridges and valleys of the pattern. The blanket smells faintly of wool and of the shop itself, of old paper and lamp oil, and the clean, warm scent of a room that has been heated slowly over many hours. You tuck it around your legs and let your hands rest on the top of it. You lift the cup and take a slow sip. The tea is warm and smooth and faintly sweet from the honey, and the warmth of it moves down through your chest and spreads outward, into your arms, into your stomach, into your fingers. You take another sip. The cup is warm against your palms. The steam touches your face, soft and damp and fleeting. You take another sip, and the warmth settles deeper, and your body relaxes further into the chair, as though the tea is loosening something inside you that you did not know was tight. You are sitting in the armchair in the back corner of the bookshop, with the blanket over your legs and the tea in your hands, and the shop is quiet and warm and still around you. The lamp glows, the clock ticks, the rain taps against the windows at the front of the shop, a steady, gentle percussion that never changes, never speeds up, never slows down. These three sounds, the lamp's hum, the clock's tick, the rain's tap, weave together into something that is not silence, but is just as restful as silence. A soft, continuous background that holds the room together and holds you within it. You look at the shelves nearest to you. From the armchair, you can see the spines of dozens of books, lit warmly by the lamp. The colors are muted and gentle, dark reds and faded greens, and the warm brown of old leather. Some of the titles are readable from here, gold letters on dark backgrounds, and some are not, their lettering too worn or too small to make out in the low light. It does not matter. You are not trying to read them. You are simply resting your eyes on them, the way you might rest your eyes on a landscape or a fire, letting the colors and shapes fill your vision without asking anything of you in return. The lamp beside you hums very faintly, a sound so low and so constant that it is more a vibration than a sound, felt in the air rather than heard with the ears. The light it casts is steady and warm, without flicker, without change. It falls on your hands, resting on the blanket, and makes your skin look golden. It falls on the saucer and the cup and the teapot, and they glow, pale and warm. It falls on the arm of the chair, on the cracked leather, on the fine lines that map its surface like the lines on an old familiar face. Outside, the rain continues. You can hear it faintly from the front of the shop, a soft, persistent tapping that has been going on all evening and will go on long after you leave. It is the sound of the world outside continuing without you, gently, patiently, while you sit here in this warm, quiet corner and do nothing at all. The shop smells of paper and leather and dust and tea. These smells have layered together in the warm, still air and become one smell, the smell of this place, of this evening, of this particular quiet hour. You breathe it in slowly, and it fills you with a feeling of being exactly where you are meant to be. The clock ticks on, steady, even, unhurried. Tick, pause, tick, pause. The rain taps on the windows, soft, constant, gentle. Your tea grows cooler in your hands. You take a last sip and set the cup down on the table beside you. The cup makes a small, soft sound as it meets the saucer, a quiet clink, and then stillness. The blanket is warm over your legs. The leather is warm beneath you and behind you. The lamp glows beside you, amber and steady. The books stand in their rows on the shelves, patient and still, holding their stories and their silence. Your breathing slows. Your shoulders are low and loose. Your hands rest on the blanket. Your body is heavy in the chair. The floor does not creak. Nothing moves. The shop is perfectly still. The clock ticks. The rain taps. The lamp hums. So quietly, it is more felt than heard. Your eyes grow heavy. The spines of the books blur softly. The amber light spreads and warms. The smell of old paper, leather, dust that has settled over years, tea growing cool in its cup, the rain on the glass, steady, tapping like fingers on a tabletop, gentle and even, and far away. The clock, tick, pause, tick, a rhythm you feel in your chest now, slow and patient. The blanket heavy on your legs, the wool soft against your hands, the leather warm and giving beneath you. The shop is quiet, so quiet, the kind of quiet that fills a room and holds everything in place. The books on the shelves, their spines glowing in the amber light, red and brown and green and gold, fading, softening, you drift, slowly, gently. The clock ticks somewhere, far away now, a sound that belongs to the room, not to you. The rain, still falling, on the windows, on the roof, on the street outside, steady and soft. The lamp glows, warm and amber. the light growing wider, softer, dissolving at the edges. The smell of paper and time and warmth. Your body is still. Your breath is slow. The chair holds you. The blanket holds you. The quiet holds you. The shop folds itself around you, like pages closing, gently, softly. And you are asleep in the warmth, in the quiet, in the amber light, among the books. The rain goes on, and the clock goes on, and the night goes on.